Hi, my name is Mandy. I've had the pleasure of working with John Carter for about 5 years now. Prior to that, I started my journey in the financial space around 2006 and 2007. I worked for a former educator in the financial space as well, and had the pleasure of meeting John at various trade shows, and just quickly realized in the trading space, it can be kind of cluttered with a lot of folks that don't necessarily walk the walk. And John stood out to me immediately as someone who walked the walk and talked the talk. So I kind of made my way to being someone that could work for him, even just as an entry-level position in customer service about 5 years ago. And since then, I've got to experience his trading journey a lot closer, and had the pleasure of working with a lot of clients since then. I think one thing that a lot of new traders, especially new to simpler options or simpler trading as a whole, are interested in knowing is, what can your company do for me outside of everything else I've learned or know about this space? What's different about simpler trading? And I would tell you this, John's gift for not only trading, but being able to interpret what he's doing for anyone at any level is remarkable. And it's so interesting and fun to watch folks that have never traded before, or even folks that have, been trading for years and just never had it click for them, have those aha moments where you start to see things click, because his way of teaching, it breaks it down for anyone. And it's really fun to get to be on that journey with them. So what I would say is, what we're doing here, especially coming up with this new course that we're having, starting a little bit later in March, we are giving folks another opportunity to be part of that path of what growing a small account looks like. And the way that we do these is really interesting. We kind of, over the years, we've sort of seen, what's a method of teaching and conveying this rather high-level material to folks that are just kind of getting started. And we've sort of looked at it from a perspective of going kind of back to a college analogy where you kind of have a lecture and lab. And with that in mind, we like to take things and we package it into something where we'll spend all day one day. We like to choose Saturdays where the market's kind of down and you can have some time to just focus and listen into what John's teaching without being distracted by a million other things. And so we like to have that as our strategy session, kind of like the lecture session, if you will, if you were in college. And then, kind of let that absorb for a couple days, and we come back the following week and we spend 3 days in what I would sort of have as like the lab scenario or practical application of everything that you've learned in that strategy session. And so by the end of that 4-day period that you've spent, a lot of folks will say, yeah, it was like drinking from a fire hose, but also there were so many aha moments and so many conclusions that were drawn in that short amount of time. And the great thing about it too is that you are left with that material to go back and review as often as you like. So for anyone that's just getting started, whether you are brand new to trading or you've been trading for a while and you're really struggling with growing that small account, I think this is an excellent opportunity to work with someone who has been in the industry for a very long time, walks the walk, and is a very gifted teacher. And I personally feel like if there was any way to accelerate this learning curve, this is going to give you the best opportunity to do so. So really look forward to having you join us on our journey, and I wish you all the best.